Hey, what's up everybody? Main back here with another market update for you. Bitcoin still hovering around this 100K area. But according to Twitter, everyone is in absolute agony, fits of rage being thrown on the timeline. I genuinely have not seen this many people this worked up, this built up about the price of Bitcoin and the Bitcoin chart itself in a very long time. I see guys who generally are promoting pump and dumps and pump fund meme coins, NFT guys who never chart Bitcoin, giving their analysis on what's going on in Bitcoin right now. And oh my God, look at this. This is so bearish and this and that. It's a bear market, blah, blah, blah. Now, equally, there are people who are, giga bullish and maybe they don't even have a good reason why. They're just kind of up only perma bulls. And they're saying, well, everyone's bearish, therefore I have to be bullish. It's really a bit of a clusterfuck. It's a gong show, as my Canadian friends like to say. Why is this happening? Why are we seeing this insane level of emotion, this level of fear, this level of confusion, this level of just anger on the timeline, frustration? It's very simple. It's because price is chopping around, doing not much. So what is chop? Really, chop is just an area of price action where we're going sideways. There's no discernible trend. It's not clear whether we're in an uptrend or a downtrend. And that's really the type of PA that we've had since the October 10th liquidation event, the massive liquidation cascade a month ago. We've basically been going sideways. And this type of price action, it's super common, super typical to drive people nuts because they don't know how to trade sideways. They don't know how to not trade. They have to be in a position. Well, if it's got to go up or down, so I got to be long, I got to be short. I got to do this, I got to do that. They can't realize that, hey, maybe there's no easy way to determine right now if we're going up or down, so I should sit out, right? Or they can't trade in a range when price is going sideways. They can only trade in an uptrend. They can only trade in a downtrend. Another thing that is super common in this type of price action is you're gonna learn that most people are flying by the seat of their pants. They have no idea what the fuck it is that they are doing, okay? And you might say, Maine, how have you remained so calm and so consistent with your bias? Oh my God, Maine, you're long. How are you long? This guy's bearish. Don Alt is bearish. This guy's bearish. This guy's bullish. I don't listen, how I do it, I don't listen to anyone else. My analysis and my trades are based on my thoughts, my ideas, because it's my money that I'm risking. The most important thing on top of all of that is that I have an actual system that I am applying in the market that uses technical analysis, it uses a few other things, as well as clear and defined risk management parameters. I know where my trade idea is wrong, and that allows me to hold positions right up until the point that my idea is indeed invalidated, because that's where I will get stopped out of my position. That's where I have determined, based on my analysis of my system, that I am wrong. The problem with social media, the problem with Twitter is some people have their own system and maybe it's different than what I do. And so they say, well, I actually don't think 98K is an important level. I think the important level is here, whatever. Other people have no system at all. And so they actually have no clue what's going on. And they're just getting caught up in this emotional hype of basically fuck all, right? Price has done fuck all. It might go down, it might go up, but it hasn't really done much since October 10th. And they are losing their mind because they have no system to apply on the market. They have no framework in which to view price action and actually determine whether or not they want to be in longs, short, or in no trades at all. And so you're seeing this in droves right now on Twitter. So how does this manifest in the charts? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the charts. So when I talk about chop, right, the weekly chart, the monthly chart, blah, blah, like these are all trends. But when we get down to the lower time frames here, like this is what we're dealing with here. Forget all this, right? This is your big liquidation event, right? This is your big liquidation event here, okay? And basically, we're going sideways. You could argue this is a downtrend, right? I mean, this is lower lows and lower highs. But from that wick low to the high of the bounce after the liquidation event, we are in this range still. This is an entire month's worth of price action. How many times have you seen people go from the bottom's in, it's fucking over, the bottom's in, to it's fucking over again? Like an infinite amount. Even though we were at the same price as we were 10 days ago, people are freaking out. We're at the same price that we were a month ago, 3 weeks ago, people are freaking the fuck out. And guess what? If we get back up to here, the same people that were telling you the top's in, or the bottom's in, excuse me, maybe we pull back from here. They're gonna flip from the bottom's in to, oh my God, it's another fucking fake out, it's over. This type of price action is meant to drive you nuts, shake you out, and make you question your bias. And if you don't have a system where you know, do I wanna be long or short here? Do I even wanna be in a trade at all? Where's that trade idea invalidated? If you do not have that as a system, saying if this happens, I'm bullish, if this happens, I'm bearish, if this happens, I do nothing, you're gonna have a very hard time navigating this type of market and this type of price action, understandably so. So, as much as I wish I could come on here and tell you, oh my God, so many things have changed since our last update 2 days ago, quite literally nothing's changed. Nothing has really changed for me, in my view on the market, in almost a month. When October 10th happened, I came out and I said, hey, this is the type of liquidation event I think we want to see to fuel us to the next all-time high rally. And since then, we've just gone sideways. Albeit we're hanging out. The last 6-7 days, we're in the lower part of the range here. But people were a whole lot more optimistic here, and we were just in the top of the range. We're still in this range. So you can almost map the emotional ebbs and flows that you're seeing from these people online to the chart itself. And when the emotions are really high, right, and people are calling each other out, how can you be bullish here? How could you be bearish here? I'm bullish, oh my God, it looks so bad. Oftentimes that's pretty characteristic of sideways choppy price action. I do think that this resolves relatively soon. Just like I thought we were going to be putting in our weekly low soon, and then we finally did, I think this range is getting ready to resolve sooner than later. The million-dollar question, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? That's all that really fucking matters here. So since I don't have much to update on my thoughts and my position, I'm still in the camp that this breaks higher, right? And I've explained the reasons why ad nauseum. You want to know why I'm bullish? Go watch my last video. Go watch the video before that, the video before that, the video before that. I've even described what is the bear case here. Bear's case here. There's a ton. Monthly SFP, weekly, 3-day, 2-day, daily, 12-hour, 8-hour. All of these charts are in a downtrend. Okay? So lots of reasons to be bearish. The government just reopened and we're not pumping to the moon, right? Trump announced the stimmies. We're not pumping to the moon. We're still hanging around at this range low. So there's lots of reasons to potentially be bearish here. I don't see any argument from, I don't think this is a short right here, but like this was probably a short, probably pretty comfy. This was definitely a short. We laid this one out, right? And if we come back up here and fail, guess what? Probably worth shorting. But right here at the range lows, I don't think you short. Personally, but I see lots of arguments, lots of reasons why being bearish would make a lot of sense. And what you're gonna have is a lot of narrative fitting. What people love to do, and again, this goes back to my discussion on people having no system, is they love to fit all of these different things to their narrative, and they're forcing their narrative onto the chart. Now, I'm not saying I don't do this. I've given you guys, the gold-silver ratio, or the Bitcoin-gold ratio, the fact that we haven't had our blow-off, these other kind of more subjective or non-quantitative, more qualitative data points as to why I'm bullish, the cycle, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, price is everything. And the chart has a lot of bearish price action present. There's a lot of reasons why you could be bearish based on the chart alone. And so what you're gonna see happen is if price dumps, People are going to say, well, it dumped because of this. The government was shut down and they weren't going to do the rate cuts, or the QT was going to get fucked, the QE was going to get delayed. They will find the narrative and they will apply it to price. And the same will happen in the other direction here. If we end up pumping out of here, right? Well, it's because the government reopened and Trump said he's going to inject 20 trillion into the economy and everyone's getting a $2,000 stimmy and this and this and this. All of these narratives are going to get applied and they're going to say, see, this is why it happened. It's much more interesting to use price as your guide and then allow narrative to build onto that idea and that trend, but it's all going to be present in price first, okay? So as much as I want to tell you, oh my God, things like nothing's changed. Like, would I have much rather this have been the bottom, right? Like I expected the low here. Would I much rather this have just reclaimed and gone up? Of course, but we're right back at the range low. But for now, we're still in this range. We're still holding this potential bottom here, okay? This could very well be a higher low. Maybe it won't be. Maybe we're gonna poke below here. Maybe we're gonna go down to the yearly open, right? Which is an area that, again, I'm open to price trading to. But this is a pretty significant drop, right? So if I'm in my trade here, basically, right? And we trade below these lows and then bounce, maybe if we do go to the yearly open, that's gonna be a new trade. That's gonna be a separate trade idea that you're taking, right? Whereas if you're in a long right now, you know, there's your invalidation. Your invalidation is basically at 98K. Want to see price move away. Could we wick below here? Sure. As you guys know, my invalidation is based on the weekly and it's that 98K level. But if you're long here, this is what I mean by having a point of invalidation. Let's say you bought the October 10th wick or you bought here. You don't have to hold all the way down here. You know what I mean? Like if you still think that we could bounce at the yearly open, why not cut it on new lows and then re-long almost 10% lower, right? So again, this is the problem many people have is they don't have the ability to say, okay, I'm in a trade based on this and this is where that trade idea is wrong. And furthermore, they might say, okay, my trade idea is wrong below here, price goes below here and they don't close it. They end up holding all the way down here, then they close for an even bigger loss, then it bounces, then they chase. Like that's how you really fuck yourself over. So you have to know where your trade idea is wrong, stick to it, have that discipline. So we're gonna continue to allow this to work itself out here. If we're gonna go up, I think it's gonna happen relatively soon. I think it would be very lackluster and it would look very bad if we just roll over from here. I'm not saying I wouldn't take another stab from the yearly open, but I like the setup a lot more from where it is right now. Maybe I'm wrong, let's wait and see. Obviously, we had this government shutdown ending news here today. Didn't seem like much, but basically every morning we've had the burgers come on and just fucking shit this thing in the bed. And maybe that's what's gonna happen again. We're gonna get a pump up overnight. Burgers are gonna come on, they're just gonna nuke it. Like this is an hour after New York Open, I think. What time zone are we on here? Yeah, like this is New York Open, literally right here. New York Open here, they slammed it. They ran it up again, but then slammed it. So the burgers have been selling pretty consistently here, most of these sessions, right? Here's another New York Open, big sell day. This is New York Open up here, big sell off. So, you know, if you're American, this is your fault. But what do I think? I don't think anything has changed here. What I can give you, and I think what might help some of you is, let's say you want to long, and you're not confident in this area for whatever reason, based on Twitter, based on whatever. It's not bouncing here, it's been holding here too long. The beautiful thing about the way that price looks right now is we have some very clear levels here that you can use to flip your buys. So I'm gonna give you those levels now for Bitcoin, for ETH, and for Sol. And if you're not sure when to long, you don't want a knife catch, you don't want to get caught in something that may, I'll give you some levels where wait for the reclaim. I think very high confidence we make at least a high above here, but potentially new highs above the monthly open. Now I gave you this level, remember. I gave you this level and we rejected from it, right? This would have been a really nice short, to be honest with you, because we had the sweep too. This is an early level, but you can see it's key. I gave you this level. It's obviously a key level. It's where price rejected. But if you want to long Bitcoin and you're not sure what to do right now, and this chop's driving you fucking nuts, wait till either above here or down here. And so if we're here, do nothing. If we're here, do nothing. If we're here, do nothing. But if we come down here, pay attention. If we get above here, pay attention. In the meantime, go fucking hang out with your family, right? Go outside. Go do something productive. ETH already at the yearly open, okay? So if Bitcoin gets a washout of 10%, where do we think ETH goes? Well, I think ETH probably fills in more of this fair value gap here and sweeps out this wick. So on the downside, I like this for ETH. What is this area? This is about 2,500 to 2,850. This would be confluent with Bitcoin probably running the yearly open, right? This is a what percent move here? 8 to 9% move, probably a little bit over a 10 to 15% move on ETH, probably pretty similar. So again, below there, maybe we are interested in ETH. Otherwise, wait till we're back above the monthly open around 3,800. In between, do nothing. See how much easier this is? And I'm giving you levels that are relevant and important based on price action. And what I mean when I was talking about earlier, people don't have a system. They don't have a way to break down the market and let them know what to do and when based on price alone and no other narrative. Without that, you have no idea. Why wouldn't you long here? Well, it's kind of holding up here. Maybe I'll just long. What's the reason for the long? Well, the reason I'm interested in ETH potentially bouncing is I think the yearly open is a relevant level. But you want more confirmation, 3,800. Above 3,800 or below this wick, sub 3K. In between, don't touch it. Okay? Solana, right? Same thing here. We've got these wicks below here. 145. We've got a big monthly order block here at 150. I would argue Solana, the levels are probably, is it that low? I mean, this would be crazy. But if Bitcoin goes to the yearly open, there's a world where Sol goes down to, 125, 130. It's completely plausible. Completely plausible here. You want to be a bull on Solana? Can you wait for a move down here or a move up there? If it reclaims the yearly open and the monthly open, good chance it probably fucking takes out this high. Right? And squeezes all of these lower highs here. Right? Like that's, so even, oh my God, but I could have longed it at 150. But yeah, here there's more risk. Where's your idea wrong? You don't know. Here you have nice, clean, price-based levels to get involved where your bias is very clearly going to be bullish, right? Okay, well now we have higher highs and higher lows. I can put my stop at the last higher low, enter on the SR flip, bang, there's your trade. If this trade, right, from here to here pays 2R and longing right now, but your stop is down here, right, and then up to here also pays 2R, you make the same amount of money. It doesn't matter what your entry is, okay? 1R is 1R. So if you're not interested in trading this chop, this sideways price action, wait for some of this stuff to get run or wait for a serious reclaim, okay? So those are your levels on Sol. I'll read them out because some people always like when I read them. 190 is the monthly open. 188 is monthly open. 190 is the yearly open. Right around 188 to 190. On the downside, 140 down to 125, okay? ETH, the levels are below 3K, down as low as 2850, okay? This general area here. Above the monthly open, 3,800. Bitcoin, the yearly open and slightly below, Yearly opens at 93,500, maybe down to about 90, give it a little wiggle room, or above the monthly open, which is just at 110. So if you're unsure of what to do, you don't want to take a trade here, everyone on the timeline's freaking out and you don't know what to do, I've given you the levels, both upside and downside for BTC, ETH, and SOL, where I'd be interested in looking for long positions if I wasn't already positioned. Okay? So you see how easy it is to use TA, to use price action, to say, okay, if this happens, I'm going to do that. That's what I've been trying to teach you guys for years on this channel. Exactly where do we look for setups? What are these SFPs for? These are all price action techniques to give us a system to determine if we're bullish or bearish. What you're seeing happen on Twitter right now is a bunch of people who have no idea how to trade. They've made money by just being in crypto while Bitcoin has gone from 15K to 125K. SOL has gone from $8 to $300, and they've stumbled into making money. The vast majority of these people have no idea what they are doing. They have no idea what they are doing, okay? And you can see that in their emotional reactions online. So hopefully this helps. I know it's like not a crazy update because I haven't changed what I'm doing. I'm still sticking with the plan. But if I'm right, which I hope I am, obviously, because I've been pretty firm in my bias here, I'm okay being wrong, and I know where I'm wrong. New lows, I'm wrong, right? Get those weekly closes below 98K, I'm probably wrong. That being said, I'm sticking with my trades for now, and if I end up being right, what you're gonna see online is a bunch of people saying, well, this is why it happened. And all these people who are freaking out, flip-flopping, blah, 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 they're gonna all of a sudden be like, well, of course it went up. Look at this, it had to go up, the government you're open, blah, blah. They're gonna take the narratives that are out there and they're gonna apply it to price. Our trade idea, as much as I have narratives involved, is primarily based on the chart, okay? It's based on the chart. That's what I'm basing my trade idea on. And my trade idea will be proven wrong based on the chart as well. I don't care if Donald Trump comes out and says Bitcoin is banned in America tomorrow. My validation is based on the chart. It's not based on something that I cannot quantify, okay? So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'll be back with another video Friday. I'm hoping we get some upside movement here in the next coming days. I would love to see price reclaim 106,000. I think that's a very key level. And then above that, as I told you, the monthly open at 110. Those are the upside levels. The downside level is the yearly open. I still am of the belief that Bitcoin looks like it's gearing up for another leg higher and that we are in the process of forming that bottoming price action, that bottoming spring. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out very soon. Either way, there's no need to be some emotional little fucking freak out crybaby on the timeline about it. You would swear to God Bitcoin was at fucking 20K based on the way people are tweeting. I sent out a tweet literally saying, like, you would think that none of you guys own Bitcoin, and those of you that do own Bitcoin bought it at 120,000, because like we're at 102. Like, unless you're full port some alts like Popcat and this shit that is just zeroed, like we're still over 100K Bitcoin here. It's not even down 30% from all-time high, which is like been a typical kind of bull market correction zone. We're not even down that deep yet. And people are acting like it's the end of the world. And what that tells me is these people, one, they don't actually own any Bitcoin. Two, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And three, they've got an empty sack where their fucking nutsacks, where their fucking nuts are supposed to be, right? If you're gonna put some money on the line, you're gonna take a trade, fucking man up, stick with it, know where your idea is wrong, and let the chips fall where they may. This, I'm in agony, this is the worst price action ever. It's like, these aren't serious people. And it's unfortunate we've made so many of these people popular. Not we, because I didn't fucking do it, it's your guys' fault. It's unfortunate we've made so many of these people popular. It happens every cycle where these people get these huge followings and then shit hits the fan and you're like, oh, you actually don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're an idiot. Anyways, that's all I got, guys. I gotta go to bed. Peep the watch, come on now. Had to flex on the kids there. real quick. Your boy's doing big dog things. Just got this back from Aladdin, the homie, had it fitted. That's all I got. You want to support me? Breakout, link in the description. Use code MAIN for a discount. IMG indicator, that's in there. The Haven, if you want to see my trades, more videos, more live streams, all that's below. All my ref links are below. As always, these videos are free. I'm here to help you as much as I can. If you want to support me and not pay anything, you don't have to. Just leave me nice comments. Tell me I'm handsome. Tell me my neck is thick and my arms look big, right? Tell me my mustache is luscious and thick, even though it's not. And yeah, like, retweet, sub to all my different pages, TikTok, Instagram, all that good shit. I will talk to you guys on Friday. Peace out.